My fiancée texted minutes before the wedding. I can't do this. I reject you. I turned to the officiant and said, slight change of plans. Then I married her best friend, the one who'd secretly had a crush on me for months. 72 hours later, my ex was frantically begging for another chance. 5 minutes before walking down the aisle, my phone buzzed in my pocket. I was standing in the groom's suite, adjusting my tie for the 10th time. Nervous energy. Good nervous. Wedding day nervous. The kind every groom feels. My best man Brian was telling a story, something about his bachelor party. I wasn't really listening, just waiting for the coordinator to tell us it was time. Then my phone vibrated. Text notification. From Amber, my fiancée, my bride, the woman I was about to marry in 5 minutes. I pulled it out, read the message. Vincent, I'm so sorry. I can't do this. I can't marry you. I thought I could, but I can't. I reject you. I'm sorry. I stared at the screen. Read it once, twice, 3 times. The words weren't making sense, weren't connecting to reality. Rejected. Via text message. 5 minutes before our $60,000 wedding. Brian saw my face. Stopped mid-sentence. Vincent, you okay, man? It's almost time to go. I showed him the phone. Held it up. Let him read. His jaw actually dropped. Mouth open. Eyes wide. What the fuck? Something inside me went ice cold. Not hot. Not angry. Cold. Calm. Calculating. Where is she? I asked. Found the bridal suite. Knocked once. Opened the door without waiting. Sarah was inside. Amber's maid of honor, fixing her lipstick in the mirror. Pale pink dress. Hair up. She looked beautiful. I'd noticed before but never let myself really see it. She turned. Saw me. Eyes going wide. Vincent? You can't be in here. It's bad luck. Where's Amber? Her face changed. Confusion. Concern. What do you mean? Isn't she with you? She left 10 minutes ago. Said she needed to tell you something before the ceremony. She sent me a text. She's not coming. Sarah's face went completely white. What? I showed her the phone. Watched her read it. Watched her hand fly to her mouth. Watched her eyes fill with tears. Oh my God. Vincent, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sarah had been Amber's best friend since college. 8 years. Roommates junior and senior year. Bridesmaids in each other's fantasy weddings they'd planned at 19. Inseparable. I'd noticed, but I'd never said anything. Amber was marrying me. Sarah was her best friend. It didn't matter. Now it might. Sarah, I said calmly, deliberately. I need to ask you something and I need you to be completely honest with me. She nodded, eyes wide, scared almost. Okay. Do you have feelings for me? Her face flushed deep red. Instant, undeniable. She opened her mouth, closed it, looked away, then back at me. Quietly, barely audible. Yes. How long? 2 years. Since the engagement party. Tears forming now. Real ones. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I never said anything. I would never. Amber's my best friend. I love her. I would never do anything to hurt her. I couldn't help how I felt. Would you marry me? Right now? Today? She stared at me like I'd just spoken a foreign language. What? The venue's paid for. Non-refundable. The guests are already here. Seated, waiting. The officiant is ready. The flowers are arranged. The photographer is set up. Everything is prepared for a wedding. I stepped closer. Amber threw this away. Rejected it. Rejected me. But maybe it doesn't have to be wasted. Vincent, you're in shock. You're not thinking clearly. I'm thinking more clearly than I have in months. Maybe years. Amber wanted out. She got out. That's her choice. Fine. But I'm not letting her humiliate me in front of 150 people. I'm not canceling everything and sending everyone home to gossip about the groom who got dumped via text 5 minutes before his wedding. I took her hand. She didn't pull away. And you, Sarah, you've been more of a partner these past 6 months than Amber ever was. You showed up. You cared. You were there. Her breathing quickened, eyes searching mine. Are you actually serious right now? Completely. Marry me, Sarah. Today. Right now. Be my wife. She stared at me for what felt like an eternity. 30 seconds maybe. Searching my face, looking for doubt. For revenge. For insanity. She found none of it. Okay, she whispered. Okay? Yes, okay. I'll marry you. We walked out of the bridal suite together. Down the hallway. Past shocked coordinators. Past my groomsmen who stared open-mouthed. Past her parents who were seated in the 3rd row on the bride's side. They saw us together and I watched understanding dawn on her mother's face. Watched her grab her husband's arm. Point. I found the officiant backstage. Older woman. Kind face. She'd done our premarital counseling sessions. Reverend Martinez, there's been a change. The bride is different. Amber's not coming. Sarah's going to marry me instead. She blinked. I'm sorry, what? I explained quickly. Showed her the text. Showed her Sarah standing next to me in her maid of honor dress. Told her we were both consenting adults. Both wanted. This is highly unusual. But legal? Well, yes. Technically. As long as you both have the license, we don't need Amber's license. Sarah and I can get married on a standard license. You can officiate, right? She looked between us, saw something in our faces. You're absolutely certain? Yes, we said together. Then, I suppose we have a wedding to perform. I walked to the microphone at the front of the venue. The music was already playing, soft classical. The guests were seated, murmuring, waiting, checking watches, wondering why we were 10 minutes behind schedule. I took the microphone. Feedback squealed. Everyone went silent. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I know you're wondering what's happening. There's been a change to today's ceremony. Confused faces. Whispers starting. 5 minutes before we were supposed to begin, I received a text message from Amber. She informed me that she can't go through with this wedding. Her exact words were, "I can't do this. I reject you." Audible gasps. Shocked faces. Amber's mother stood up in the front row. "That's not true. Where is she? Amber." "She's not here, Mrs. Mitchell. She left. She's gone." Chaos. People talking. Amber's family standing. Her bridesmaids, minus Sarah, looking at each other in confusion. "However," I said loudly, clearly, waiting for silence, "has agreed to marry me instead. Today, right now." The room exploded. Amber's family started yelling. Her mother screamed, "This is insane! You can't do this! This isn't legal!" But Sarah's family, scattered through the crowd, started clapping. Slowly at first, then louder. Her mother was crying. Happy tears. Her father stood up, applauding. My family looked stunned. My mother's hand over her mouth. My father sitting perfectly still. Then my father. Then my sister. Then my aunts and uncles and cousins. Half the room stood and applauded. The other half stood and walked out. Amber's family, her friends, some mutual acquaintances who didn't know how to process this. Fine. Let them leave. Sarah walked down the aisle alone. No father to give her away, no bridesmaids behind her, just her, in a pale pink dress meant for someone else's wedding. She reached me, took my hands. "You sure?" I whispered. "Terrified. But yes," Reverend Martinez began. "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. We got married, right there. Same flowers, white roses and peonies. Same music, Pachelbel's canon. Same expensive venue, the botanical gardens we'd booked 18 months ago. Sarah's dress wasn't a wedding dress. It was a bridesmaid dress, but it was beautiful on her. Pale pink, simple, elegant. When Reverend Martinez said, 'You may kiss the bride,' I kissed her, and it felt right, natural, like something that should have happened a long time ago. The reception was absolute chaos. Half of Amber's guests had left during the ceremony, walked out in protest or confusion or disgust, but everyone else stayed, and it became the wildest party I'd ever attended. People celebrating the insanity, the audacity, the pure fucking boldness of what we'd just done. Sarah's friends surrounded her, hugging her, congratulating her. "We always knew you loved him," one of them said. "We're so happy for you." My friends slapped my back, handed me drinks. "That was the most legendary thing I've ever seen," Brian said. "Absolutely legendary." We cut the cake, the 3-tier vanilla and raspberry cake we'd tasted 4 times to get right. We had our first dance, to a song I'd picked months ago with Amber that now felt perfect with Sarah. At the end of the night, we left in the car decorated with "Just Married" signs and tin cans, drove to the honeymoon suite at the 4 Seasons we'd booked a year ago, and we were happy. 3 days later, I was on the hotel balcony when my phone started exploding. 17 missed calls, all from Amber, all within 20 minutes. Voicemails piling up. I listened to the first one. Sobbing, hysterical sobbing. "Vincent! Finally! Oh my God, we need to talk right now. Hello, Amber. You married her. You married Sarah, my best friend, the one person I trusted more than anyone. You rejected me. Remember? 5 minutes before the wedding, via text. I made a mistake. I panicked. Jordan was a mistake. He meant nothing. We can fix this. We can annul your ridiculous revenge wedding and do this properly. This isn't revenge, Amber. This is me moving on. You didn't want to marry me. I accepted that. And I chose someone who actually did. Better? Sarah? She's pathetic. She's been in love with you like some sad little puppy for years. Everyone knew. She's desperate. And that's exactly why she's better than you. She chose me. Consistently. Deliberately. You didn't. Silence on the other end. Breathing. Then, where am I supposed to go? Danielle won't even talk to me. Says I abandoned you. Your mother blocked me on Facebook. Everyone thinks I'm a monster. You've ruined my life. You did that when you sent me a text saying I reject you 5 minutes before our wedding. That was your choice. These are your consequences. Goodbye, Amber. I hung up, blocked her number, deleted her contact. Sarah walked onto the balcony, saw my face, Understood immediately. She called 17 times. What did you say? I pulled her close, wrapped my arms around her, kissed her forehead. I told her I chose someone better. Sarah smiled. Genuine, real, happy. Good answer. We stood there watching the sunset over the ocean. On our honeymoon, in our marriage, in our new life. And I didn't regret a single thing.